Last session we talked a little bit about how you started to feel anger towards people, not sure why, towards people who don't deserve it. I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit more about that and how it's been going.
Yeah, no, with your last talk, it really helped me sort of compartmentalize my anger with my normal feelings throughout the day. However, I still feel times where I just have this sudden rage when I am asked to do very minuscule things or something very minor happens and I just all of a sudden start to get extremely angry. Like this morning, my mother asked me to do a very simple chore, something I've done for years for her, and I don't know what it was. Part of me just, every fiber of my body just did not want to do it. I got incredibly angry. I held it in. I didn't snap yet.
Okay.
So I did the chore, kind of went about my day, until the evening when I was asked to do something else, also something I do generally for my family, and I snapped. I don't know what happened. My father asked me to take out the trash, and I kind of snapped. I said, why is it always me? Why do I always have to do it? Why can't somebody else do it? It's just those things that happen that I've done for ages, but all of a sudden I'm just starting to feel very angry towards these very simple tasks for doing for my family that I've done since I was a kid. And I don't know why I randomly feel this way. I can't necessarily predict when it's going to happen. So I'm still kind of struggling with that.
Okay. So I'm sensing, obviously, you said anger. And so you felt lots of anger about tasks that you did growing up and are normal for you, but now are you getting tired of them, or you're not actually sure? It's just like you're not sure why you're acting that way?
It's that mostly it's because when I'm asked to do these tasks, I'm relaxing, I'm doing something that I really want to put my focus towards, like reading or talking to somebody on the phone. It's something that I don't want to be interrupted.
Right.
Some sort of task I do not want to be interrupted with. And then along comes my mother and my father, and they ask if I can do something that doesn't really inconvenience me, but to me, it is. And I don't know why I feel this way now as opposed to when I was younger, but I think it's just starting to get to me slowly, and it's kind of eating at me when it happens.
Okay, so then it's starting to build up and eat away at you now, whereas when you were younger...
when I was younger, I would just say, yeah, sure, why not? It's kind of a free floating butterfly around, just, yeah, sure, I'll do whatever somebody wants me to do, because they're my family, and I'll do what my parents say. But now, I guess maybe it's I'm older, I want to do my own thing, I want to be independent, I don't know if that's it, but all of a sudden, I just don't want to do the stuff my parents tell me to do.
Okay.
So
then you are living with your parents right now?
Still, yes.
Okay. And how old are you?
23.
Okay. What are you, do you have a job? Are you in school?
I graduated a year ago, the year 2014, and just after graduation, I took a year abroad. I worked at a job in Greece for 1 year, and I just came back a few weeks ago, and I thought things were great. I was happy to be home, doing my own thing in my element where I'm comfortable, and then all of a sudden this kind of stuff happens. And no, I do not have a job yet. I'm currently searching, and I'm considering going back to school to get a master's in a year and taking a year to sort of get some money, get some experience, and so that's kind of where I'm at with my life right now, sort of waiting for the next step while getting reacclimated back to, my life.
Okay. Cool. So I'm going to go back a little bit about how you just came back from Greece. How long were you there?
10 months.
You were there for 10 months? Nice, but that was fun.
It was a great time.
Good time?
Life-changing.
Good deal. So, before you went to Greece, did you say you were in college then, or you were still with your parents at the time?
I just graduated college in May, and I left for Greece in August. Okay. I stayed at home with my parents for the summer.
Okay, and at those points, did they make you do chores and stuff before you went to Greece?
Yeah, they did ask me to do chores. They just asked me to help around the house because they weren't home a lot. They had jobs, and I didn't. I had a very brief summer job, but after that, I was sort of waiting to leave the country. So I had free time, there was nothing for me to do, and they didn't want me to just sit around and screw up the house. So they'd asked me to help around, and I was okay with that because it's fair.
Okay.
When no one's home and I have nothing to do, I think it's fair to do some chores around the house and, you know, be helpful.
Right. So, when coming back from Greece, that's when you started experiencing the anger and the frustration, everything building up.
Yeah, I'd say it was a few days after we got back to my house. I was just sitting. I wanted to relax. I had a long week before, traveling around. The flight home obviously was taxing.
Right.
My cousin had just gotten married the day after. That was a long day, catching up with family and people I haven't seen in a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to shut down my systems, relax, kind of take it easy. And then all of a sudden, wave after wave of chores, favors, little things that I guess were not what I wanted to do at that point in time.
Okay. So maybe feeling a little bit overwhelmed as you just got back, trying to relax a little bit, and they're already hitting you with these chores and stuff.
Yeah. And I'd say one thing that has been eating up at me, along with the chores, is the constant, what are you going to do about working next month, or when are you thinking about studying for the GRE you have to take in a few months. Right. Basically, what are you going to do with your life kind of thing. And it's the little jabs that they've kind of taken at me, not to get into my mind, just to sort of get me just kickstart. You know, they want to motivate me, exactly. And I'm glad that they're trying to motivate me because that means they care about me. But at the same time, it sort of seems like they don't think I can do it on my own. It's sort of like they're taking charge and saying, you're going to get started with your life, you're going to figure out what you're going to do next month, and you have to do it now. Don't sit around and do nothing for all day. Spend every moment trying to figure out the next step. And I have not been doing that, but part of me just wants to take it easy for a while. Maybe that's why I'm feeling like this ball of rage inside is just kind of getting bigger because I just want to relax and everybody wants me to do something else. I don't know.
Right, so it just kind of feels like everybody's kind of getting on your case when you're just like, oh, I will take care of it, but right now you just want to kind of take a little break.
Yeah.
From coming back after a long trip, long visit back.
Yeah. I was excited to see my family again because I haven't seen them in 8 months, and when I come back and here they are. So, are you gonna apply for this job? Are you gonna start looking for jobs? Are you gonna do this? It wasn't like a family kind of interaction. It felt like more of a drill sergeant trying to tell me exactly what I need to do with my day. It just didn't feel like it was. It didn't feel like I thought it would, being back with my family again, I guess.
Okay. So, maybe feeling a little sadness, a little upset that when you came back, it didn't really seem like the warm family was there waiting for you. It was kind of the family waiting for you of what are you going to do next to move on with your life and not actually welcoming you home.
In a way. They, obviously when I saw them, they were ecstatic to see me again. Right. I was excited to see them. I was excited to spend time with them since I haven't in so long. And it was great. And then I guess once we got past the initial, good to see you, how are you, what's going on with you, like what's your plan, kind of after we got past that barrier, it's been, okay, here's what we're going to do next. It just kind of shifted into, oh, it's so nice to see you again, happy, and then the next thing where, all right, let's figure stuff out.
Okay, so it was just kind of a fast transition for you. You were kind of
fast,
hoping to have a little bit more time of just being able to have fun with family. And then just
when I was abroad, I always imagined coming back, taking maybe a few weeks to just sort of decompress.
Decompress. Right. Okay, and that didn't happen.
It seems like it's been 2 or 3 days until I felt like I need to start doing something again, and I think it's sort of stressing me out.
Definitely. Well, it's got to be tough.
Yeah.
It definitely sounds like it'd be a stressful situation. You have these expectations when you come home. They're not fulfilled, so you're not really positive what to do. You just kind of feel overwhelmed, feel like your family's kind of berating you about moving on, that kind of thing, and you're maybe not ready. Maybe not ready to do that yet.
Yeah, I guess we're on different mindsets right now, and sort of kind of creating a little battle I have with my family, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of butting heads.
So, when you say that your family's kind of getting on your case and stuff and feeling like they might not think that you can do it on your own, do you think that because of the situation that's making you feel that way, or do you really feel like your parents don't think that you could do that on your own?
I think they trust me. I think they trust that the year I've been abroad, obviously I've had to figure out a lot of things on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Being away from my family, all the resources I'm used to,
Right.
figure out how to survive in a different country for a year. I think they know by now that I can do things on my own, and I think they've trusted me for a long time with that. It's just that I think they want me to rekindle that flame again now that I'm home. They want me to sort of figure things out again instead of kind of shifting away from that mindset that I had when I was abroad. And they want me to take what I've learned from that and apply it now.
Okay.
Sort of, you know?
Right. So they just kind of, they might want to make sure you're going back to that old motivation that you had.
Mm-hmm. That drive to figure
Right.
things out, the drive to prove that I belong, to prove that I can
Right.
do things on my own without a family supporting me directly.
Right. And you know you can do that, and they know you can do that, but they might just be pushing you there a little faster.
But they know I'm not doing that right now. They know I'm not trying to plan the next 5-6 months of my life right now. They know I'm gonna take a deep breath and relax for a little while, and then I'll get back to square one and figure out what the next step is. I think they want me to get to that much sooner than I do.
Right.
Yeah. So therein lies the difference of interest.
So that's the conflict then,
Mm-hmm.
is that you both know you have the motivation,
Yeah.
but they want you to get it back a little faster than you want it.
Right. Yeah.
And how does that make you feel that they want you to get there faster than what you want?
I think it's unfair to rush something as important as finding the next job, figuring out your career, because to me, I've always thought that's not something you take lightly. That's something you plan very, very carefully.
Right.
Something you figure out over time, and you slowly build a path to getting there. Not, okay, I'm going to find a job right now. I'm going to get an internship doing this, and then this, and this, and this, when it turns out it might not be something you end up wanting to do. So for me, I want to take a slow, methodical approach and figure out, be certain of what I want to do after I get home. And to them, it's like, you need a job now. You need to make money now. You need to figure out your master's program thing now. When that's in the future. And so we have different timelines. Yes, theirs is a little more accelerated. Mine is a little bit slower.
So you're kind of in the mindset of kind of quality over quantity type thing of you
Always
want it to be good,
yes,
and they want something now, like immediate satisfaction.
If there's one thing I've learned from my parents, it's that you need to find what you want to do and be absolutely certain of it early on instead of figure it out much, much later in life. Having wasted years and years and years in a career that you find not fulfilling, you find it's taxing on your financial stability, it's taxing on your family relations, and it's something that you need to figure out and nail down early what you want to do for the rest of your life. Right. And that's something I'm trying to figure out still, and it seems like they don't think I need to figure that out right now. I think they just think I need to work doing something.
Okay. So you mentioned that you learned from your family that what you do now should be important, and you want to make sure you enjoy what you're doing, and what you want to do long term is what you're getting into. But also, right now, they're wanting you to just get a job right now to have one.
Right.
So that seems kind of conflicting.
Exactly. And all of that comes down to money. It's so that they don't have to support me while I'm home not doing much of anything.
Okay.
It's so that I can support myself. It's so that I can start tackling my student loans, start saving, planning for my future, living away from my family. So I think it all comes down to money at this point in time.
It all comes down to money.
Unfortunately.
Right. So then they think that right now you just need to get some money, but you can get into what you really want later. Whereas you think, if I'm going to get a job, I might as well get into what I want to get into now.
Exactly.
So there's no point in just getting a random job.
That's exactly how I feel.
Okay, so it just seems a little unfair, and seems like they're not really trying to get you to do right now what they've raised you to kind of pursue.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of conflicting, and that conflict has been kind of stressful.